welcome back. Stas23 here, back again with some knife therapy, and this is a video I did a year or two ago, and this is my rare or discontinued blades, some older than others, and this is a part of my collection that I enjoy the memories, either the memories I have at that certain time when these knives were made, or just the evolution of a folding knife. You'll definitely see, you know, some of these are early 90s or older, and it's funny to see now that how snobbish we can be with our, you know, pocket clip orientation or blade steel, and these are a blast from the past. So let's get started. All right, the first one of my favorites, it is a Lone Wolf Knives T2. Lone Wolf Knives was a company that was bought out by Benchmade just to diminish the company. So it's produced in the USA, S30V blade steel, titanium liner lock, old tip down construction. This is a William Harsey design. He had several different models with them. This one is in S30V steel with a polymer handle with tons of screws. They also made this one in like a hidden auto as well. They got a bigger version. This one's about a 4-inch blade. There you go. The next one, Gerber Easy Out. Now they still make this knife, but they don't make this version of it anymore. This one is an ATS 34. This was like a top of the line steel at this time. You know, it's equivalent to like 154 CM. And this was Gerber Legendary Blades. Yeah, the Easy Out ATS 34 on this side and on this side, just in case you forgot. And that beautiful tip down pocket clip. And you got to remember that, you know, the pocket clip was a new thing, so orientation wasn't really a big deal. Super smooth for a back lock. Polymer scales with like a rubber piece right here for grip. Back lock with a half stop right there. All right, the next one is a company that's no longer a company anymore either, and this is I think it's Gerber Tighten. This is a Fred Carter design right there. ATS 34 steel, titanium frame lock, or titanium liner lock, should I say. It's got like these grip tape type inserts, and it also came with a pivot tool to loosen that pivot. And look at that beautiful pocket clip. Very, very smooth. Single thumb stud on it. Nice nice high satin blade. Very, very smooth. I think it's on Teflon. There you go. All right, the next one is the CRKT Tie Tack. This is a Brian Tie design. He's had several iterations: Tie Tack Tanto, Tie Tack 2, several different ones. I think this was one of the classiest ones. This was made in Aus 6. Got some Zytel scales, stainless bolsters. It's a liner lock, tip down, and it's model 8102. Very smooth as well. I think this one's right. Yeah, it's riding on Teflon as well. A lot of these are on Teflon washers. This was one of my favorites back in the day. It was my favorite looking back in the day. And that was the Cold Steel Twistmaster. One thing that I liked about this knife was that it was in, let's see if I can show it, carbon V steel, made in the US. I don't I don't think they have any US made cold steels anymore. I'm not sure. They may. It's kind of like the Open L. It has that locking collar. They called theirs the, what was it, the Viro Block. This was like made in, I think, 1994, somewhere around there. Zytel, very, very grippery. It's got like that diamond check pattern like on 1911. This thing, whenever you'd first get it, was so hard to turn, even with those little knobs. I remember my first few times I turned it with a pair of channel locks, but as you can see, it loosens up over time. But there you go. There were several different blade shapes, different sizes. I found this one at a gun and knife show, and I picked it up just for the memory's sake. Alrighty. Next one is an old Spyderco Endura with that, it doesn't have that multi-directional pattern on the Zytel. This was a clip-it. It did have a plastic clip on it, but it broke, and at the time they replaced it with this clip right here. I'm pretty sure. This one, Second City VG10. And it's not the same proportions. If you look at it, it's a little bit bigger than the Delica, and it's a little bit smaller than the Endura. There you go. Next one's a CRKT 7343 Starlight. This is an Alan Illushowitz design. He's done several collaborations with him, and the reason I like this knife, it has some features that were innovative at the time. This right here is called the E-Lock. And basically all it is a little spring-loaded tab. Let's see, can you see that tab? And you move it out of the way, basically a little liner lock right here. Basically the liner lock's inset and spring-loaded. You press that and you can close the blade. Tip down construction, aluminum scales. Another thing, look how it tapers down to the back. Pretty neat. Riding on Teflon washers. I keep wanting to unlock it right there. Aluminum scales, like a starburst type pattern on, or starlight. Another CRKT. It is a 7103 Lake Signature. This was a collaboration design from custom knife maker Ron Lake in AUS-8 steel. We have beautiful edge termination there. It has this little like nail nick type thing to open it. Aluminum scales with like a I think it's probably a polymer insert right there for traction. Comes with this little leather lanyard, liner lock, and the clip. You know, they love their safeties on their locks, you know, like the auto lock and all that stuff. Well, you slide this clip over right here, it puts a little tab behind the liner lock, and, you know, essentially it's supposed to not allow you to lock it, but, you know, those usually fail. There you go. Alrighty, the next two, I have the large and small. It is another CRKT. This is the Lightfoot Urban Shark 1 and 2, or the LUS for Lightfoot. And this is design from custom knife maker Greg Lightfoot. You got this nice, you know, like shark tooth, pointy or fin looking blade. These were in AUS-8. They have plastic polymer handles, liner locks, tip down construction. You know, they're the same, small and large. And they have a blasted finish on the clips and liners, and also riding on Teflon. Very, very smooth knives. Alrighty. This next one I bought from a garage sale. It was beat to pieces, broken tip. So I used it as a mod knife. And that is the Kershaw Storm 2. This is a kin onion design. I tried a copper acid wash to the blade and just trying out different stuff. And I had to regrind this a lot to fix that tip. The tip was completely broken off, a good little bit of it. Stainless handles, that grip tape in the inside, that rubbery grip tape, frame lock, tip down construction, and also acid wash that pocket clip as well. There you go, kin onion right there. And the blade steel on this one, USA made, Kershaw. So it had 13C26 steel. Alright, this is another Gerber. This is, I don't know the name of it. It just, I can't remember what's on the box. Couldn't find the box, but it's part of the Legendary series, Legendary Blade series. 154 cm, coated, nice and thick behind the edge. Black G10, titanium liner lock, and a titanium pocket clip. Pretty crazy. I don't know how far this one got off. Whoop. But I think it's pretty cool little blast from the past. Very, very smooth. Decently comfortable too. Okay. And I don't know if I said it or not. That was ATS 34 as well. Okay. Hold on, the pocket clip is extremely tight on that last blade. I can't get it in the case. All right. Let's see. Next is a pair by Kershaw. It's the OD1 and the OD2. These are Lee Williams designs, and these are also innovative because of the flipper tab. The flipper tab is kind of like a little lever. You see that little lever right there? And when you pull it back, it hides into the scale. It's like this one's pretty beat up. I bought it from somebody on Instagram just to do some mod work to it. He had already taken it to a belt grinder, but I'm gonna play around with it. Good little knives, very fun to fidget with. They rock it out. This one was still available, I think, at like Lowe's for the longest time, and then they must have ran out. But very, very fun to play with. Zytail scales, liner lock, tip up. So these aren't as old. 8CR 13 MOV. Just nice knives. I forget. Somebody let me know down in the comments. What is this called? Is it a kickstop maybe? I don't know. I forget. All right. The next one, you can still find this one pretty easy. It's the SOG Stingray. Now, this one is an older knife. Stingray 2.0. I think you can actually find this on DLT. At least it said it. I didn't really click on the page, but this is back when, I don't know, SOG made some decent knives. Or, they don't make terrible knives. I don't know. I don't like most of their designs. It seems like they're making a comeback slowly but surely. You have a sand mod blade. It's VG10 jacketed with 420J2. So you have the harder blade underneath. See the line right there? And then the jacketed steel that's over the top of it is a softer steel, so it gives you more strength. You have a mother of pearl inlay in that thumb stud, single-sided thumb stud. Mother of pearl inlay here, stainless handle, and it's got their arc lock, kind of like the Axis lock, but I don't know. It's very smooth, riding on Teflon as well. If it didn't have this stupid little thing right there, and if it had a darn pocket clip. It doesn't have a pocket clip. There you go. If it had a pocket clip, I would carry this a lot more. They also skeletonized the inside, so it's not heavy because it's stainless. I thought this was titanium when I first bought it from a vendor at a gun show, but I like the design. All right, let's see where we at. There's another Gerber I don't know the name of. Somebody let me know if you know down below. This was another part of that legendary series, ATS 34, carbon fiber G10 laminate. Very, very lightweight knife. Liner lock. Flow through. It has a pocket clip as well. It's hideous. It's all get out. But let's see, where does it? It screws into one of these clips. One of these screws. I forgot if it's tipped down or not. Sorry. I think it is. First production run. All right. The next one is USA made Kershaw. That is the 1515 Random Task 2. This is another Ken Onion design. I like that blade shape a lot. It's a comfortable knife. I'm not a fan of speed assist, so it doesn't get carried much. Tip up left or right hand, liner lock. I think the blade steel on this is 14C28N. Yeah. All right. Next one is Buck Mayo collaboration. Tom Mayo collaboration. This is the North Shore, the 173 North Shore. These were produced in, I think, 04. He only did a few collaborations with him. I think this was the only like budget version. Then he did a TNT frame lock, and then a Wiemenheimer, I think it is, which I also have, but it's not in front of me right now. This is, I think, one of the first edges I put on the knife with the wicked edge. Back whenever I was using high grit sandpaper on my stones because I didn't want to buy the other stones. There's a model 173, 420 HC steel, aluminum scales with the Mayo holes in them that have been contoured. Very, very lightweight, thin, very smooth, tip down only. Very, very smooth knife. Also riding on Teflon. All right. This is another Buck little keychain knife, the 754 NRG. It is a small little hawkbill, little keychain backup knife. Anodized aluminum scales, stainless frame lock, and it has a little bottle opener on it right there. A lot of these I got from my local shop, Jim's Firearms in Baton Rouge. They just had a bunch of old blades, and I went through them and picked the ones I like. All right, another little small knife. I used to like their knives. This is a Rigid Knives RG80. I don't know the name of it. I should have got some of the boxes down. ATS 34 stainless steel, if you couldn't see that on the blade. Rigid right there, just a small little knife. G10 scales, liner lock, that's pretty much 100%, but no play whatsoever. Tip down, pocket clip halfway down. That's funny to see. That's how you know when it's an older blade. ATS 34, made in Japan. Nice action on it. All right. The next one is a Slipjoint. This is a Remington. This is a USA producer Remington. It's model R12. It's a trapper model, and I'm pretty sure it was made by Camilla's Farm in the 90s. if I remember correctly. USA made. And it's got this faux jig bone scale on it. I had to clean this one up a good bit. It had a lot of rust on it. I got this from a friend, gave it to me. Alrighty. Next one, just a sentimental knife. No, never mind. This one was given to me by another friend. It's an old fruit knife. It's got some company name on it. French Market, New Orleans. Just a cool little blast from the past. Look at that beast. It's destroyed, but you know, it tells a story. I like that. It's got these, you know, fake bone scales on it. Alrighty, the next one, I chased this knife forever, and it is a Spyderco. It's the Spyderco Leaf Storm. I think this was their first frame lock, if I'm not mistaken. This was a Kevin Wilkins design. I think it was made in, I think, 95. Kevin Wilkins, he was a graphic designer, graphic artist, and he turned to making knives, and this was a collaboration he made. He also made tons of different scales. Made some for the Benchmade Griptilian, Wilkins grips they're called. He made some for the Delica, the Delica, and I think maybe the Endura. And those were like coveted scales. Those, like, everybody wanted those, hard to get. S30V blade steel, made in Golden, Colorado. G10. This is the first knife I saw with G10. Just a thin frame lock, and the lock hadn't moved up at all since I've got it a few years back. Right there, nice and smooth. The ergos are a little strange on it, but another knife that the edge was kind of beat up on it. And these next little ones, just ones that have sentimental value to me, from my grandfather. He's no longer with us. Just a stainless steel little slip joint, but it's hard. Let's see if I can get it to, you push the blade in and down, let's see, or up and down. Well, I don't want to sit there all day, and it opens the blade, and then to close it, you have to push it in and down like this way or something. Just, you know, some keepsake. And this one I thought was really cool. It's a little slip joint with some leather inlay on there, red leather. I don't know if it's real leather, and I don't even think I can open the blades, but it means a lot to me since it was my grandfather's. This one too, little coffin shaped slip joint right here. And this one was all rusted up. Colonial Life. You know, one of those ones, look how rusted. And then this little guy too. Little bitty bitty tiny knife. Let's see if I can get this out. Yep. Look at that little bitty old thing. My finger. Alright, and the last one. There's not many videos on YouTube about this one. I don't know if it wasn't out for long, but it's a Boker Plus. It's the Gitano. And it's a massive look, barely fit it. It's a Tom Crine design based on the historic Navajo knife. And I absolutely love that blade shape. I love Tom. There's not many designs that Tom Crine makes that I don't like. 440C blade, stone washed, tipped down. Don't love that. But super, super ergonomic handle. The way that sweeps down right there. If he would come out with a small version of this, like a 3-inch or a 3.5-inch blade, it's a 4-inch blade. Man, that'd be awesome. But there you go. That wraps up all my rare and discontinued knives. If you have any of these, let me know, or let me know what are some of your old knives that you collect, and or do you collect it? These are the only knives that I actually collect. I don't use these much just because they have that sentimental value, or just have, you know, history to them. But there you go. I'm trying to get as many videos as I can while everybody's kind of cooped up in quarantine in their houses. Hope everybody's doing safe. If you like this video, give it a big thumbs up so I know y'all enjoyed it. And if you have any questions about any of the knives I've shown, just leave them down in the comment section. Let me know what you think about some of these. Which one is your favorite out of the bunch? And there you go. Hope everybody's having an absolute wonderful day. I will see y'all in the next one. Peace.